Greetings, this is the instrument sidekick video for the Baritone, page 13, valve maintenance 1. Page 13, valve maintenance part 1. There are 2 parts to this, alright? So you are going to want to watch all of this video and all of the next video before you try to do anything with your valves, okay? This is a 2 video long thing, okay? Very, very, very important. There are things that can break. There are things that can get lost. There are things that can... where it seems like you did everything right, but then the baritone doesn't work. All right. So we got to make sure you're doing everything right. So be very, very careful with this and make sure you're watching these videos completely. Okay. First, as a reminder, let me grab, you probably have some valve oil. Okay. It may look like a different container than this one. Okay. There are different brands of valve oil, so different containers. Remember that the oil itself is not good for you. Do not let it get in your mouth or in your eyes, okay? If you have a one like mine that has like a little safety feature, some of them are made where you have this little red thing that you got to hold down before you turn, all right? And others just unscrew and come right off, all right? Now, if I squeeze even a little bit, it'll come shooting out of this and go all over the place. I don't want to get it all over myself or the computer, so I'm not going to do that, all right? So never, ever squeeze it. Definitely don't look at it and squeeze it or aim at other people and squeeze it. It is not funny or not cool, okay? This is not good for you. Now, you'll have like this weird little top, okay? Now, the purpose of a weird little top like this is to make it so you don't have to squeeze. What you do is, once I teach you how to take the valve out, what you do is you literally, what we call dabbing, you turn it upside down and touch the top against the valve, and it lets out 1 drop, maybe 2 drops at most, without having to overdo it. Okay, so you never really have to squeeze. You're just going to be turning it up and down and touching the valve, all right? So we take that lid off and we just set it aside, okay? Now, as you see in the pictures there, you're going to need the baritone to have the valve straight up and down. So for me, I have to have my baritone sitting up like this because my valves are up and down like that, okay? But some people have the valves sticking out in a way where you need to lay it still flat on your lap. So the valves are straight up and down. So if you have to lie it sideways for them to be straight up and down, do that, okay? When we unscrew it, there's a spring in there that we don't want to fall out and go rolling away and get lost, okay? So we have to make sure we're straight up and down when we're doing this. Now, you also can only be doing this 1 valve at a time, okay? If you take all these valves all out, oil them, when you put them back in, if they're put in the wrong order, it will not work. Your baritone won't work, and there's no way to know it's the right order. So the only way to make sure everything is safe is to take 1 valve out at a time, taking 1 valve out, oiling that valve, then putting that one back in, then going to the next one. Always do this 1 at a time, okay? Now, what you do is you have to unscrew from right here, okay? This spot right here. Don't go to here and unscrew. If you unscrew from here, you'll either unscrew the cap up here or this little dowel will get unscrewed from parts on the inside. If you do that, the inside's going to fall all apart and that spring's going to be in a different spot and all the different parts are going to be all over the place. This will kind of flop side to side, okay? If that happens, you're going to need me to put it together, okay? The inside is very similar to if you've ever used one of those pens that you click the top and it takes the pen out and you click it again and it puts it back in. And the inside, I don't know if you've ever taken one apart. The inside's filled with like springs and all sorts of extra parts. I know how to put it together, but you might not. In fact, it's very likely you're not going to know how to put this together. So please, 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 very, very important. Do not unscrew from here. Only unscrew from right here. Right there. Okay, so you unscrew that all the way. Okay? Then, like I said, you have to be straight up and down, and you have to take this straight up and out. Okay? And you're going to be taking this whole thing out. All right, see all that? Now, on the inside, never do this. I'm going to show you what's in there. I'm going to turn it upside down and see if I can shake out the... Oh, mine's the kind that doesn't have... yours might fall out. Okay. And mine is having a little trouble coming out. There we go. There's a spring. Okay. This is inside there. All right. This is inside your baritone. And that is going to make it, if that gets lost, then the valve isn't going to be pushed back up. So your valve presses that spring down, and then when you release the valve, that's why it comes back up. It doesn't naturally defy gravity. There's a spring in there that's putting it back up. So try not to lose this, okay? If for some reason you opened it up and it sprang right out, grab it and put that back in there, okay? That stays in the bottom on the inside, all right? And that's everything from this page from the first step. Just getting the thing out and making sure that you unscrew from the right place and that you don't lose that spring, okay? On to the next page. Don't do any of this yet. Watch the next video. May the force be with you.